America's highways are its arteries. They pulse with lifeblood, carrying goods and dreams across this vast nation. Truck drivers are the unsung heroes of this system. They brave long hours, grueling conditions, and the ever-present threat of danger to keep our nation moving. But this vital industry is shadowed by a dark side. Reckless driving, cargo theft, and tragic accidents cast a long shadow on the open road. These are not mere statistics. They are stark reminders of the human cost of negligence, greed, and the unpredictable nature of life on the asphalt frontier. The stories that follow are not for the faint of heart. They are raw, visceral accounts of the dangers faced by truckers and the communities they serve. They are a testament to the fragility of life and the devastating consequences of carelessness. But within these tales of tragedy, there are also glimmers of hope, stories of survival, heroism, and the unyielding spirit of those who dedicate their lives to keeping America rolling. These are their stories. The cornfields of Iowa whisper tales of simpler times. These vast expanses of green and gold have seen countless sunrises and sunsets, each one marking the passage of time in a place where life moves at a gentler pace. The fields stretch out as far as the eye can see, a testament to the hard work and dedication of the farmers who tend to them. It's a land of tranquility, where the hustle and bustle of city life feels like a distant memory. But on a crisp fall morning, a different kind of story unfolded on Interstate 80. The highway, usually a symbol of progress and connection, became the stage for a drama that would leave a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. The trees lining the road were ablaze with autumn colors, their leaves a vibrant mix of reds, oranges, and yellows. It was a beautiful day, the kind that makes you grateful to be alive. But for one trucker, it would become a day he would never forget. A story of recklessness, a near miss, and the chilling realization of how quickly life can change on the road. The trucker, a man with decades of experience behind the wheel, had seen his fair share of close calls, but nothing could have prepared him for what was about to happen. As he navigated the familiar stretch of highway, he couldn't have known that danger was lurking just around the corner. A seasoned trucker, known for his steady hand and calm demeanor, was making his usual run from Des Moines to Davenport. He had driven this route countless times, each trip a routine that brought him a sense of comfort and familiarity. The hum of the engine, the feel of the road beneath his tires. It was all second nature to him. He took pride in his work, knowing that he was a vital part of the nation's supply chain. The sun was just beginning to crest over the horizon, casting long shadows across the asphalt ribbon. The early morning light bathed the landscape in a soft, golden glow, creating a serene and almost magical atmosphere. It was the kind of morning that made you feel at peace with the world, a moment of quiet before the day truly began. But that peace was about to be shattered in an instant. Suddenly, a blur of chrome and steel emerged from the morning mist. The trucker squinted, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. It was a passenger car, moving at an alarming speed, its headlights cutting through the fog like knives. The trucker felt a knot of anxiety form in his stomach. He knew that this was a dangerous situation, one that could escalate in the blink of an eye. A passenger car, traveling at a speed that defied reason, was weaving erratically through traffic. The driver seemed oblivious to the danger they were putting themselves and others in. The car darted in and out of lanes, narrowly missing other vehicles by mere inches. It was a reckless display of driving, one that left the trucker and other motorists on edge. The trucker knew he had to act fast to avoid a catastrophe. The trucker, his instincts honed by years on the road, slammed on his brakes and veered his rig to the shoulder. His heart raced as he fought to maintain control of the massive vehicle. The tires screeched in protest, the sound echoing through the still morning air. He could feel the weight of the trailer shifting, threatening to tip over. But he held firm, his hands gripping the wheel with white-knuckled determination. The car missed his trailer by a hair's breadth, its horn blaring in a discordant symphony of terror. The trucker watched in horror as the car sped past, its driver seemingly unaware of the chaos they had caused. The sound of the horn faded into the distance, leaving behind a deafening silence. The trucker took a deep breath, trying to steady his nerves. He knew he had come within inches of disaster. The trucker, his heart pounding in his chest, watched as the car sped off into the distance. He felt a mix of relief and anger. grateful that he had avoided a collision but furious at the reckless driver who had put so many lives at risk. He knew that this was a stark reminder of the dangers that lurk on the open road, a place where even the most experienced drivers can find themselves in peril. The near miss left him shaken, a stark reminder of the constant vigilance required behind the wheel of a big rig. He took a moment to collect himself, his hands still trembling from the adrenaline rush. He knew that he had done everything right, that his quick thinking had prevented a tragedy. But the experience had left a mark on him, a reminder that no matter how skilled you are, the road is always unpredictable. The incident served as a chilling reminder. The open road can be a beautiful and dangerous place. It's a place of freedom and adventure, but also one of risk and uncertainty. For the trucker, it was a lesson in the importance of staying alert and prepared for anything. As he continued his journey, he couldn't help but reflect on the fragility of life and the thin line that separates safety from disaster. The road ahead was long, but he was determined to face it with renewed caution and respect. Florida, the Sunshine State, evokes images of beaches, oranges, and carefree living. It's a place where the sun shines almost every day, and the ocean waves beckon both locals and tourists alike. The vibrant culture, the bustling nightlife, and the serene landscapes make it a unique blend of excitement and relaxation. But in the bustling port city of Miami, a different kind of story was unfolding. Amidst the daily hustle and bustle of cargo ships and containers, a shadowy tale of crime and cunning was taking shape. The port, a hub of activity and commerce, was about to become the backdrop for a daring heist, a story of audacious theft in the dark underbelly of the trucking industry. In the shadows of the industrial areas, where the hum of machinery never ceases, a group of criminals was plotting their next move. The quiet of the night was often broken by the sound of truck engines and the occasional murmur of clandestine conversations. It was a routine delivery for a veteran trucker. He had driven these routes countless times, each journey blending into the next. The open road was his second home, and the hum of the engine was a familiar companion. Little did he know, this trip would be anything but ordinary. His cargo, a trailer packed with high-end electronics destined for a distribution center. These were valuable goods, the kind that fetch a high price on the black market. Each box was carefully loaded and sealed, a testament to the importance of the delivery. The trucker took pride in his work, ensuring everything was secure before setting off. He parked his rig in a secured lot, the familiar hum of the refrigeration unit a lullaby against the night. The lot was well lit, with streetlights casting long shadows on the ground. It seemed like a safe place, a fortress of sorts for weary drivers. The trucker settled in for the night, confident that his cargo was secure. But when dawn broke, the trailer was gone, vanished into thin air. The once bustling lot was eerily quiet, the empty space where the trailer had been parked a stark reminder of the night's events. The trucker, groggy from sleep, could hardly believe his eyes. His mind raced as he tried to piece together what had happened. The trucker, his face etched with disbelief, could only stare at the empty space where his rig had been parked just hours before. The realization hit him like a ton of bricks. His livelihood, his responsibility, had been stolen right from under his nose. The sense of violation was overwhelming. The theft sent shockwaves through the trucking community. Word spread quickly, and soon, truckers from all over were talking about the audacious crime. The sense of camaraderie was palpable as they shared their own stories and fears. The incident served as a grim reminder of the risks they all faced on the road. It was a brazen act, carried out with military precision. The thieves had planned every detail meticulously, leaving nothing to chance. Security footage showed them moving with practiced ease, their actions swift and coordinated. It was clear they were professionals, well-versed in the art of theft. The thieves, it seemed, knew exactly what they were doing. They had studied the lot, identified the weak points, and executed their plan flawlessly. Their confidence was evident in every move they made. This was not their first heist, and it likely wouldn't be their last. Authorities launched a full-scale investigation, but the trail quickly went cold. Despite their best efforts, leads were scarce, and the thieves had covered their tracks well. The frustration was palpable as investigators combed through evidence, hoping for a breakthrough that never came. The stolen goods were never recovered. The high-end electronics, worth a small fortune, had disappeared without a trace. The empty warehouse shelves stood as a testament to the successful heist. The loss was significant, both financially and emotionally, for everyone involved. The case of the vanishing trailer serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of cargo on the road. Every journey carries risks, and even the most secure lots can be breached. For truckers, the open road is both a livelihood and a constant source of danger. It highlights the sophistication of organized crime rings that target the trucking industry. These criminals are not opportunists. They are strategic, calculating, and relentless. Their operations are well-funded and highly organized, making them formidable adversaries for law enforcement. For truckers, it underscores the importance of vigilance and the constant need to stay one step ahead. Safety measures, once considered optional, are now essential. From advanced security systems to community watch programs, every precaution is necessary to protect their valuable cargo and ensure their own safety on the road. The rolling hills of Illinois are a tapestry of farmland and industry. This serene landscape, with its patchwork of fields and factories, represents the heartland of America, where agriculture and industry coexist in a delicate balance. But on a clear spring afternoon, a stretch of highway outside Springfield became a scene of chaos and fear. What started as a routine day quickly turned into a nightmare that would leave a lasting impact on the community. A tanker truck, carrying a volatile chemical, was involved in a multi-vehicle pileup. The collision was sudden and violent, causing the tanker to overturn and spill its dangerous cargo onto the highway. The impact sent shockwaves through the surrounding area. Residents and passers-by were stunned by the sudden eruption of chaos, and the sound of screeching tires and crumpling metal echoed through the air. The tanker, its metal twisted and torn, lay on its side, a plume of noxious fumes spewing from a gaping hole in its tank. The chemical, highly toxic and flammable, posed an immediate threat to anyone nearby. First responders, their faces hidden behind gas masks, raced against time to contain the spill and evacuate nearby residents. The scene was a flurry of activity as firefighters, police, and hazmat teams worked tirelessly to prevent a larger disaster. The air was thick with the acrid smell of chemicals, and a sense of dread hung heavy over the scene. The once clear spring afternoon was now shrouded in a hazy, toxic fog that made breathing difficult and visibility poor. The spill had immediate and far-reaching consequences. The local ecosystem was at risk, with the potential for the chemicals to seep into the soil and water supply, causing long-term environmental damage. Traffic on the highway was shut down for hours, causing a massive gridlock. Commuters were stranded, and the usual flow of goods and services was brought to a standstill, highlighting the vulnerability of our transportation infrastructure. Nearby businesses were forced to close, and residents were advised to stay indoors. The economic impact was immediate, with local shops and services losing a day's worth of revenue and the community grappling with the sudden disruption. The cleanup effort was extensive, costly, and fraught with danger. Hazmat teams worked around the clock to neutralize the chemical and remove the contaminated debris, a process that required precision and caution to avoid further incidents. The Illinois spill is a grim reminder of the potential dangers of transporting hazardous materials. Every day, countless trucks carry chemicals and other dangerous goods across the country, each one a potential risk if something goes wrong. It highlights the importance of driver training, rigorous safety protocols, and the crucial role of first responders in mitigating the impact of such incidents. Proper training and preparedness can mean the difference between a contained incident and a full-blown catastrophe. As the cleanup continues, so too does the investigation into what caused the accident. Authorities are examining every detail, from the condition of the truck to the actions of the driver, to determine how such a disaster could have occurred. The findings, when they come, will hopefully serve as a learning experience, a way to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. By understanding what went wrong, we can take steps to ensure that our roads are safer, and that the transport of hazardous materials is conducted with the utmost care and responsibility. In the aftermath, the community has shown remarkable resilience. Local support for affected businesses and residents has been strong, with neighbors coming together to help one another rebuild and recover from the incident. This spirit of unity and cooperation is a testament to the strength and determination of the people of Illinois. Moving forward, there will undoubtedly be discussions about improving transport regulations and implementing new safety measures to prevent such accidents. The goal is to create safer highways for everyone, ensuring that the transport of goods does not come at the cost of public safety. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of safety in all aspects of transportation. It is a call to action for companies, regulators, and communities to work together to prevent future accidents and protect the lives and well-being of everyone on the road.